Allegations of racism in the first state.
I was just sitting there amazed at the things that people were telling us that they were being subjected to in their workplaces.
While the NAACP is saying that discrimination is rampant amidst state employees in Delaware. Good evening. I'm Paul Butler.
And I'm Chris Weimer. Steve Hammond has the night off. This is WBOC News at 6. A new report was released by the Interdenominational Ministers Action Council along with the NAACP in Delaware. Their findings show that more than 100 people in the first state have voiced concern with racial discrimination in the workplace. Our Sussex County Bureau Chief Evan Kosloff got his hands on the summary of the report released to the public. He joins us now from the Circle in Georgetown. And Evan, inside are specific examples of alleged discrimination provided by employees.
Hey there, guys, and this is it right here. And the alleged violations vary greatly, from poor hiring practices all the way to outright racist remarks. Now advocates are calling for some changes. The Sussex County Courthouse, the DMV, and the Sussex Correctional Institution. What they all have in common is that they're all state-run buildings with state employees. But a new report released by the NAACP and a group of pastors in Newcastle County indicates something else is happening inside these and other state buildings: racial discrimination.
In 2015, the people were still being subjected to open racism.
Jane Hovington, president of the Lower Sussex County NAACP, said more than 100 workers statewide have made allegations. Half of them were either for a hostile work environment or unfair recruitment, hiring, and promotion practices. The other half, according to the report, are for racial discrimination, disciplinary action, or retaliation. Hovington says the offenses have been widespread across the state, but are especially troubling in Sussex County.
In southern Delaware, people don't speak out. They don't complain. They're complacent. They accept what's happening and continue to move on.
And so many choose to stay quiet, she says. But a summary of the report obtained by WBOC details some of the more egregious situations. One employee wrote about when President Obama was reelected in 2012, writing that a white coworker said, quote, "You know that monkey made it back in there." Another person spoke of a situation in Georgetown where a coworker put an Aunt Jemima cookbook on their desk. On Wednesday, the report was given to Governor Jack Markell in a closed-door meeting. In a statement to WBOC, Markell's office said the meeting, quote, included a conversation about improving the complaint process and that he, quote, expects to continue the dialogue. Representative Ruth Briggs King represents the Georgetown area, where most state facilities are located in Sussex County. She says something needs to be done to address these allegations.
When I read this, I think it's symptomatic of some bigger issues, and rather than pick out one such as a joke or another that's supposed to be a joke, I think it calls for a more in-depth look at what's being done, the culture that's created.
Allegations made, now this community group wants something to be done. Now, Markell has requested a couple of weeks just to go over and digest this report. As for Hovington, she says that jobs should be on the line if supervisors have failed to report on any of these incidents. Reporting in Sussex County, I'm Evan Kosloff, WBOC News in Georgetown.
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Now, the group is offering 6 policy recommendations to Governor Markell. Among them is a request to the Department of Justice to launch an investigation into employment practices in Delaware. The group is also calling on the state to punish supervisors who retaliate against state employees. Also, the group wants the state to create a task force focused on getting rid of racism in state government. Now, some other possible solutions are included in a summary of the group's findings. That report's available on our Web Extra page on WBOC.com.